Okay, I should be unmuted. Alright, let's turn on the things. The things. Done. Update you. This one's on. Okay. This. Okay. Go ahead and change the soundtrack here. So this is that's a little better. It's on. It's on. Alright. Ah. Morning. Oh, I didn't grab all the props, but it's not. Oh. Oh yeah, that's it's fine. We'll grab props. So at some point. Yeah. Alright. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Cody here with IronVerse Comics, doing another coffee, Cody and Comics. What is today? It is August 15th, 2023. Got a couple manga things to chat about here at some point. And then from there, I really, as usual, kind of unstructured. There's a couple different things I wouldn't mind doing, but we'll feel it out. My guess is Tuesday, right before lunch, isn't the best time to stream if you actually want an audience. So, you know, that's how it goes. What's this end up doing? Alright. It's useful though. Skip track. Hey. You guys work. Oh. Virtual dog stream. Let's go with that. For now. Okay. Do I have flight? I should do that. Let's do that. So. He's asleep. Gonna do a go-go update, I think. Start there. I have caps lock. That's nice. No, oh, and updates. I like me some Mushishi drinks. Sure. I like it. Little classic kind of groovy. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some H-hole. Actually, probably be tough to find. No, not that tough, Cody. You're smarter than you think. Not all the time. I'm a Mr. Buddington. Hey, Nico. You gonna chase the kitten? Really? Okay. Didn't know I had any like very classic rock and roll. Just one step away from blues. Finger snaps at it. Touch it. Hasn't been that long since that. Okay, but sure. Boom. Yeah, I guess that's the way to do it. It's a little bit insecure, but at the same time, I think it's the best way to. Because we are just taking so goddamn long. Fair, I'm still waiting on death spawns. Depending on your standards, not as long as it could be. There you go. Oh, that should work. And down on the scroll. Slow down some. Assuming that's this called Juarez Guns. Banging soundtrack. Especially if you go for like the Western theme, which, oh, weird, but like, that's what we do. Oh, might as well. Yeah, cool. This is what I'm doing. Very much. Skip track. Not gonna skip track. Oh, you know, you can spell one. Throughout. Throat hour. Yeah, I don't know how I thought. Out. Hey! Oh, that's not time. Yeah, but then I'll be like, well, you can do a dev hour, which is what I thought. Patience does not have a B in it. What? Got those kids. Alright, that's not spelled right either. Let's do that. Howdy, howdy, Comic Chat Authority. Let's see, is the lady working?
Comic Chat Authority.
Oh, she is.
Said. Hey Cody, I'm Cody also.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Howdy, Cody. Okay, cool. That's working. You just caught me at finishing. Quick run by. That's fine. Finishing up a Indiegogo update real quick. All right. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. I know the branding Comic Chat Authority. I do. I don't know if I've seen you around here before or not. I don't stream that often or consistently, so it's not professional, to say the least. What? Okay. But there was one of the things I wanted to do, and we've got some manga I finished or am currently reading, one of each, to chat about, and then I don't know. We've got some Jack Irons figures to assemble, so I can paint them on a separate stream. Who knows what else? Usually just depends what I'm doing. I'm finishing this coffee, I think, is the first goal. Hanging out and finishing the coffee. But welcome, welcome. Oh, I guess we can chat about that. Like that's easy. See.
Comic Chat Authority said, "Look me up after the stream and we can plan a video together."
Ooh, that would be fun. Sure. I actually used to be, and particularly when I'm running campaigns, I'm usually pretty prolific in collaborations, particularly, live stream interviews, that kind of deal. And I have completely stepped off that since funding and my new gig. It'd be good to get back out there. I need to do that. So yeah, sure. If I don't, please just nudge me anywhere. You can nudge me here. You can nudge me on at Cowboy_Steel on X. I'm never gonna like that on Twitter. IronVerse Comics at gmail.com if you just want to email me. And I think there's even a messaging function on our website, IronVerseComics.com. If you haven't read our work and you're curious, you might have. We do have it for free on Global Comics. We, in fact, just released our second series, this first kind of preview issue, Cody, and it's been doing relative numbers for all we could expect on Global Comics. Throw that in chat. And it's definitely a different vibe than the work I particularly do. But at the same time, it feeds into the work that we're trying to do as a comic book imprint. But yeah, no, I would love to. Again, I need to get back out there, and I just have not been doing so. It's just not, honestly, not wise. Not if I'm in it to win it. In fact, yeah. It's been one of those things, so I even have been marking. So I'm trying to change my mindset. And, one of the focus points is Okay, it's a little further down than I thought it was going to be. Aha! When I came into comics, I was an arrogant, naive little piece of shit, and it really served me well. In terms of arrogance, I get naivety would be more accurate. I was always pretty humble about what our work is and all of that, how good it was for the level that we should be playing at with the amount of experience I particularly had. But I had a lot less doubts. With experience comes shaving away of the momentum. But anyway, trying to stop thinking like a loser. End of the day here. And to think like a winner, you take every advantage that you can find. And I have just been trying to make it day to day instead of something
Comic
grander.
Chat Authority said, "We interview indie comic creators each and every week."
Oh, excellent. I would love to do that. I've done, gosh, I couldn't tell you how many live streams at this point for that. And I enjoy each and every one of them. Comics is a wonderful community from a lot of different sides, and they're not always wonderful to each other, but they are certainly wonderful in my experience to me, which has been incredible from all different kinds of perspectives. Let me see if this works how I think it will. Oh, there's the one off of Global. But yeah, you can just look me up on YouTube if you're ever curious. That is not me. Just another guy. But yeah, I've been on, I don't know what that is. Been on many. Yeah, there we go. And then of course I've done this series and other series before this. Oh, that I actually was keeping a weekly schedule on this channel for a while there. In fact, I had a bi-weekly for a bit. Sometimes the creative juices flow stronger than others. But anywho, anybody who does those creator interviews, any team, any collaborative effort, any single individual who takes their time to listen to independent comic creators and explore their work and such is doing such a great service for the medium. It's crazy difficult to get your voice heard in this medium. You have to be very, very loud, and there's not so many ways to be so loud that I'm comfortable with. But one of them is that direct person-to-person networking on an interview and meeting a brand new, almost always, in fact, pretty much always, wonderful audience. It's a beautiful gift, and it's something that I may have taken for granted for the last year or so. If you're not familiar with our work, anybody who sees this later, our last two campaigns have funded the final day with about 40% of rather large goals. So it's been a lot. The last two campaigns have been a lot for me. And those final days have most certainly proven to be quite insane. It was what, 2K, this last one right here. Oh, I don't know if you can do that. Let me see here. I don't know if you're still around, but I'm happy to search for that real quick. Best be subbed. There you are. I thought I was. Killer. So let me go ahead, throw this into the chat. If it wants to go into the chat, there you go. If folks want to check out your channel, again, it's real. It's tough to be heard, man. It's tough to be heard. Chow. All right, back into it. This caffeine to hit a little bit harder. Skip track? Let's try this again. Even though it's gonna get hit. Okay. Give me something again. There you go. So a little bit more to it. Alright, stuff. Should be alright. Alright. Go, just sleeping. Weird, yesterday I slept so goddamn much. I guess it's because I took extra hours of work and I haven't been sleeping that well since the last couple of weeks. Slept like 16 hours yesterday. This one I got like a normal amount of sleep today, but brain's still activating. I usually do this too quickly after I wake up. Is there anything important? I don't think so. So we can chat here in a second. Please stand by. Alright. So, basically the main bit that was on the day. So, I finished Attack on Titan. We'll start there. Finished Attack on Titan. It was one of the most incredibly paced series I've ever read in terms of panel to panel, page to page, chapter to chapter. Particularly I would say about the first half of the series was extremely well paced. In fact, it's very hard for me to think of a series that was paced as well. And that comes from a bunch of different angles. It comes from, of course, the paneling and the dialogue choices, of course, just writing choices in general, narrative choices as well, in terms of holding the carrot that they kept pretty good there for a good chunk of time. Carrot on the stick, right? But it did eventually, and there was a bit, and this has happened quite a few times in my reading of manga series. Battle Angel Elite is another one where it shifts gears pretty hard, and it doesn't do it as smoothly as it could, because you wouldn't even notice the gear shift if it does it smoothly. Like One Piece has a lot of gear shifts, but they're all very smooth, so you don't really notice it when you're reading it. Berserk has a lot of gear shifts, and the only one you notice, honestly, is for the better, and it's from the Black Swordman arc to the rest of the book. There's one more that people argue, which is the pirate arc in Berserk is rough. It doesn't last very long for me, so I don't think it's that rough, but others like it's rough, and I get it. Do I think the other series? No. But anyway, it's when the core concept up to a point is radically changed. And with Attack on Titan, it could be argued it wasn't radically changed, but it does change, and the whole vibe of the series changes, and you spend about 3 volumes, possibly between 3 and 6 volumes, with different characters to set up that gear shift. And then it shifts, and it's a little abrupt. But, you know, I titled the stream Attack on Titan Missed Potential. I don't know if that's 100% honest, because I can't think of how to do it better. I just think of what I would have wanted was for the mystery to continue further in than it did. I'm not saying they revealed things too soon. I think that it was very good. Part of the pacing that was so incredible was that it was able to hold those characters up and then reward you with a piece of it and then keep going, right? Eventually it ran out of things to give you there, so it started again. And that was the gear shift, right? It started something new to kind of, again, to finish the story. And I think it ends very well with once it shifts gear and you're in that for a long time, it's pretty good. It's not as good as the beginning of Attack on Titan, but it's pretty good. And it ends very well for what it shifted to, and it explores similar ideas that it had explored the whole series. You know, it's not... Of course, the art gets better and better as he goes as well. There's some of the early art, particularly when they're just standing around and such, like his anatomy was wonky. So the Titans' designs really fed into the wonky anatomy, so it worked really well there. But when it's normal people, it didn't work so well. And eventually, the mangaka and his team really did find a way to take away those worries, and the anatomy got way better on normal people, and the Titans stayed weird. It was great. But you know, I can recommend Attack on Titan 100%. It's just there is one rough gear shift, and probably needed to happen so that, you know, the series could continue as it wanted to. But in some ways, I feel like it did miss some potential. Yeah, this is my thoughts on it without any spoilers. I even hesitate to show the covers. That also sometimes bugs me, is when like long sequential stories with manga in particular, they tend to have spoilers on the cover. So, yeah. But it's good. It's worth your time if you like. Again, it felt more like a mystery horror book, and then it kind of gear shifts into a more conventional war book. Um, and people can argue it was always a war. It's just a war on different things, and I think that's fair. But it felt so much more conventional. With like, I would say the last third of the series, maybe last half of the series, half to third. Maybe like 3/8. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I burned through it. I don't regret buying each individual omnibus as they came out. None of that. It's just it definitely had a rough gear shift. Yeah, that's Attack on Titan. I enjoyed it. Definitely would recommend if you're into horror mystery. It's excellent. It's extremely good. Some of the best I've ever read. And then it shifts gears, and you're invested enough in most of the characters at that point that's like, okay, let's see where this is going, and that'll carry you through until you get into the groove of the new feel of the vehicle. And then this. So I ended up binging the anime last week before, something like that. I think it was last Monday. So fun. I don't have too many comedic series in my libraries, but when I find a good one, this includes Western comics, when I find one, it is just something I treasure so much. One of them I treasure extremely is Gru the Wanderer. I'm a huge Gru the Wanderer fan, from the word choice, the pacing, the comedy. It's so fun. I read Gru the Wanderer alongside Berserk to kind of give a good breather. SpyXFamily is... I really, really enjoyed the anime, and I've been going through the volumes, and they're both... The anime is extremely accurate to the manga. It just adds some things here and there, which actually, to me, so far have improved what was there in the manga, which is crazy. It's not always like that with adaptations. But it's... I think why this resonated and hit so hard when it did a couple years back is because it is hard to find the family. This is almost like a Western sitcom setup, right? But done with the extremely vivid and fun and likable characters. And the tension that's always present between that three-person fake family dynamic is really well done. I slept on this series longer than I should have, but I think a lot of the stories I end up really loving hit me when they need to, and I did. I needed SpyXFamily now. I didn't really need it a couple years back when it came out. And so I don't always find... There's been quite a few well-loved series that I've started, and they just don't work with me. And so when I find something that's uplifting and fun, I can go 100% in, like that's a little bit of magic for me, and I'm quite grateful that it finds me when they do. And this is definitely that. I plan on continuing to read this. It's great pacing. The jokes are fun, but it's the characters that are just so fucking likable. And the art's beautiful as well. It's the setup and concept is super fun. Again, it's definitely my favorite sitcom like setup, like by far. I can't think of another one that's like had me hooked like this. And the three main characters are just incredibly likable. It's very hard to do that, and to make a universe that is as relatively gritty as it is, but to still make it feel so family friendly is crazy. very impressed with SpyXFamily, SpyXFamily, SpyXFamily. I never know what the X is with manga. I don't know. I think it is just Hunter x Hunter, but is it Hunter X, Hunter, Hunter Cross, Hunter? I think it's just Hunter x Hunter. And so is this just SpyXFamily, or is it SpyXFamily, SpyXFamily? I don't know. Somebody should probably look up. But I'm going to be getting the rest of the series as it comes out. I've only got these first 3 volumes, but it's enough, especially since I have already read or already watched the full first season of the anime. I guess the second season of the anime comes out in October, around the same time. Volume 10 of the manga comes out in English. So I don't know. I'm excited. I hope it continues to be successful and continues to be fun.
Said, there is also a lot of gatekeeping I found out.
In comics? Yes, indeed, my friend. Yes, indeed. My God. So I've been so blessed to be able to hit so many different circles with individuals who to each other would absolutely hate each other, but I can get along with both, which has been like one of my unique blessings. I also think it makes me a problematic, because it's a lot easier if you can say, oh, this guy's, in my box. But yeah, I don't know. I think art in general is like that. I think it comes from the uncertainty of art, and as a like making a living, or as you present. A lot of these people go in, and I know I did and continue to, you put your heart on the line. It's, art is a part of heart, and that's a vulnerable position. And so when you're vulnerable, you feel vulnerable, you get protective, and like I understand it. I just, it bothers me because these tend to be unnecessary lines, usually driven by politics, which, anybody reads my book, I am highly anti-authoritarian, which that concept pervades whatever ideals you may carry. It usually means you want to enforce them, and it's enforcement that I tend to have problems with, and so that in itself, otherwise, like but yeah, gatekeeping is it's no fun. And I know for a fact I have been affected by that multiple ways. But whatever. Again, I'm not owed anything. I just want to follow my heart and my ideals and my ability as far as it'll take me. But sometimes, of course, I think it would be easier if I stood to one side, right? But it is what it is. But I think that I wish people could take people as individuals more than we tend to nowadays. But again, it comes from that overwhelming sense of vulnerability, and often that desire to be part of something. I certainly have not stepped into art to be a part of something. Would it be great if I could? Yeah, but I'm making the thing I want to be a part of, and I think it's damn good. So it's not that doesn't feel that big of a loss to me. Particularly when a lot of those, especially when I was starting out, my God, how many of the same conversations.
Said, so what got you into comics?
Oh, that's a wonderful one, and I've answered that quite a few times, and it's a good one. So, I'm sure, like, I usually just mention this because it is usually how a lot of people do, children's books, which is words, sometimes poetry, if you go with Dr. Seuss, right, paired to illustration. So that, I consider that sequential art as well. So as a kid, it's very easy. They put you into there, and then I love that, right? And vibrant colors. You've seen somebody's imagination put to page alongside. Again, if you say Dr. Seuss, beautiful wordsmithing. Um, but to be direct, what actually got me to step into the arena was Ghost Rider Road to Damnation by Garth Ennis and Clayton Crane. When I was 13 or 14, I think 13, I came across that, and I had never seen artwork like that before. I'm sure I discovered it off some pirate site or something, being a goofy kid, but I had never seen anything like it. Clayton Crane's art was just so very unique and visceral, and I guess at the end of the day, just so fucking cool. That I was just like, what? There's a medium, there's an art form that can put out work like this, and so that got me into comics. I started reading Garth Ennis, right? So I jumped into Punisher, and my God, reading Punisher Max is, again, I was like, wait, there's artwork like this. The dark black comedy, the strong stance on social issues, the extreme fatalism. I grew up with, my dad and I, one of the few things that we would, resonate on are, spaghetti westerns. We resonate on, 80s action films, that kind of bit. So Punisher slipped right into there very easily, and it was a very easy transition for me to get into. And then Garth Ennis' unique use of the flavors and tones that he chooses for his writing, and of course the extremely talented artists they worked with in Punisher Max, and even Welcome Home Frank, that 12-issue run that he did in Marvel proper. Just what he was able to pull off within the more safe superhero universe always meant a lot. But so that was a bit. That's how I fell in love with comics. And then during my teenage years, I've always wanted to write, and I've written quite a few things, plays, short stories, all of that when I was younger. I say little now. I'm 31, so it feels like a long time ago. But when I was younger, significantly, in my teens, how I usually phrase this, and it's been a while since I've done this, so apologies, but how I usually phrase this is my comic book work, when I started writing this, was an attempt to cope with the transition from childhood to adulthood, that, again, the teenage years, where you gain a wider awareness of the world. Again, Punisher Max is a big part of that as well, right? It's very gritty and dark, the subject matter dealt with. But it was that, right? And so if you read my work, you'll see a lot of that is that it's about a character who has had the weight of history placed upon him because of immortality. And to go even further, it's an exploration of you got to keep moving forward is one of them, right? But he has no choice. There's no like, well, I can just end this. No, not Jack. And so that was part of it as teenage. Everything's so big when you're a teenager. Every little thing is so massive because it's probably because it's new and your perspective of it is new. And it's still that childhood naivety that allows it to feel so large and so overwhelming and so much of a burden. And so Jack was an expression of that. IronVerse Comics was that, and then eventually there's a lot of other things that made me actually step into the business end of it, which are less pleasant to talk about. But so so I had written Jack, kept with me for a while. I had no idea how to get into comics. Nobody does at first. And the shitty but very true answer on how to get into comics is to make comics. Everybody figures that out at some point in their own way. But that's the harsh truth of it. The only way to get into comics is to make comics. And then from there, you have to find a way to will yourself into that. I could get into that angle of it, because that's a unique journey. done that much on this channel. I have a 3-hour live stream talking about the journey from the very beginning to the end of issue number 3, called The Long Road to Jack Irons 3, if anybody's super interested in like an in-depth point-to-point of my journey. It's one of the few like more organized streams I've ever done where I was like, oh, this is what happened then, this is what I did, and I went point to point. But suffice to say, I had something I wanted to yell into the void, and so I persisted on that. And the voice I wished to communicate resonated with another incredible individual, name of Maxi Dallo, our incredible line artist for Jack Irons, and he took a gamble on the property and on me in terms of like his time investment for the amount of money he was going to take, and we got issue number 1, the line art and such done, and then I did some very poor lettering, thinking lettering was an easy gig. It is not. Please, please, please understand how important a decent letterer is. I just have not given up. I kept with the spirit of what I wanted to do and the voice I wish to put out, and that's been part of every issue I've put out. We've put out 4 so far. I found amazing collaborators who also resonated with my work, from a wonderful animator to and you'll see many of those animations on the channel, to my co-founder of the imprint, who again just released Cactus Coyote, which is definitely a more fun book than Jack. And you hold on to whatever your guiding star is. You'll be all right. The journey's going to be tough. Going to fill with bumps, ruts, steep hills, mountains, jagged cliffs, right? But one step forward at a time. And that's been my current steps have been rough. It's been a lot of cliffs. And so it's been slow going for a bit now. But there's been some amazing things happening. And I am grateful for every moment I'm allowed to continue within. And allowed, right? It's not so much. Again, that's the beautiful thing about comics. You don't have to be allowed. You make your footing and you're good to go. But nonetheless, I still say that because, I think it's a privilege to be part of the comics community, whatever part of it you're in. And it's not a guarantee. I have seen many things, many creators not do so well. I've seen many work very, very, very hard and not do well. I've seen some who work hard, I'm certain, but how would I phrase this? I've seen flavors of expression to get attention and marketing bits on their book that may not be honest, but are very loud and aggressive and work. That I, wish I didn't have to work around. There's been a lot of those kind of revelations on this journey that have made comics a beautiful thing to be a part of, but have continued to remind me that it's a rough thing and that art in general is not, it's never going to be an easy road. What was it? I think Matt Groening had a quote about cartooning within one of the Simpsons comic compilations or what have you, and it was, it's harder to sell out than you think, so you better be making your art for another reason. And I think that is very true, and I try to keep that in mind with all of my interactions within the comic community, particularly with creators. It's not an easy thing to do, and so most people are doing something that means very much to their heart, and I respect that so very much. There's nothing, and in fact, I'll bring up the quote from see if I have it saved here. The quote from, oh, okay, yeah, Ralph Waldo Emerson. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. And in any form of art, that's what I resonate the most with. There's a ton of creators that like that in this world, and musicians, filmmakers, poets, any field of art, like to actually be able to succeed and yet maintain your core is every day more impressive. Every day it grows more and more impressive. And so that's what I try and do. Long-winded, I yap a lot, but yeah, I hope some of that answered you. I don't know if you even stuck around for it, but I appreciate the question. It helps me keep the stream moving forward. Got me in the comments as I needed to yell to the void. That's the single easiest, shortest way to do it. Oh, I need to finish this coffee. All right, look at that'll work. Cool. Ah, no. What you up to, little dude? Wah. All right, buddy. All right, I hit up the bits there. Went on a good ramble about the journey that was a lot lower energy. That's the other bit too, is when I've been answering those questions compared to when I started. It's a lot lower energy. I think I'm focused too much on how difficult things have been lately and not enough on how blessed I am that they haven't defeated me yet. Probably won't ever if I don't let them. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, excuse me. Fire along. Cool, that did go out at least. Okay. Let's see. Let's get red. Let's see. Let's see. That's, I don't know. sidebar. Huh? Weird. Should have my sidebar. Check this. There we go. Skip track. Okay, that makes sense. All right. It's been an hour. Maybe I just call it. I could take a minute or two, set up that, just assemble these suckers. Persona soundtracks. I don't know. I don't know, little dude. What do you think? Yeah. I was hoping the caffeine would do more work. That's not. Skip track. Skip track. Oh. Okay. So what I can do then? I mean, that gives me a task. Sure, let's do that. Okay, how do I want to do it? Alright. Please stand by. No, not gonna work this time. Please stand by. Why is that not working? Is the mic working? Good. Please stand by. There it goes. Okay. So we'll just do this. Couldn't quite figure out. I needed a little bit more length for the mic, but we're gonna just go with this and hopefully it'll work. I don't know, I haven't used this shot before. I did set up the desk for this though, so something. It's gonna be weird. Not much I can do about it being weird. I have to move the mic around, all that, and we'll just go with the flow. Not the greatest shot. Howdy, folks. But it'll work. It'll work for my needs. Just gotta hope that the dogs don't knock anything over, which seems like it's gonna be kind of likely they will. Yeah, I see you kids. I know. Be good. Come on now. The light's not the best either, but take it one figure at a time. Go from there. The goal is just to assemble them at the moment. We'll go from there. Get them out of these way too small bags, which were the cause of their eventual damaging. Bothered the fudge out of me. This one not have a barrel. I thought they all had barrels. Okay. Alright, we'll just... I would like to do one that actually still has the barrel somewhere in there. They all need cleanup anyway. I guess I'll just take them all out and we'll go from there. I also can't see my screens as well, so if, yeah, God, they're all missing their barrels, it looks like. I'll have to figure out how to deal with that. That's so frustrating. Can't even tell you how frustrating that was, and it was because of the not so great designer. Okay, this one's got it. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna keep that in the bag. That one has it. This one and this one has it. Okay, so two of them have the barrels. That's not great. They will end up something like this, including that, which bugs the fuck out of me. I'll have to figure out how to replace that. I could do some green stuff, maybe. I have to call it some kind of plastic putty. But I'll have to do that before I can paint them, so I'm gonna figure it out. I am gonna assemble them today, though. We'll go from there. Okay, this one also has a barrel, so I'll put that up there. You guys really don't have the barrels. Nope, they got lost during transition. That's fun. When they have them, it's not so bad. I can do something with it. Yeah, no. Did it end up in here? No. No. Of course they didn't. Okay. Gonna do some cleanup. Go from there. Be nice to get this done. And like you'll see how that fucker is? That's hot water. I don't know if we'll do that or not, but little things like you see the shoulder there has a little nub, that kind of shit. We'll clean that up. Well, the caffeine did hit, but I'm still tired. My hands are all shaky. The inseams like that. I don't know what you guys can see and can't see. You're just stuck with seeing what you can see. Sorry, folks. At least this resin's easy to work with. Yeah, there's that seam. God, yeah, no, I am all caffeinated. It's just not in the way you want to be caffeinated. That's disappointing. has a pretty bad inseam too. Under the foot's not a biggie. And like there's bubbles under the foot too, right? It's under the foot. That's not a biggie. Trying to think what the better angle would be. Right there. I'll get dog bone under my little camera stand there. What does that look like? Okay. In fact, I can do a better shot. It's the mouse here. Is it this one? Sorry. This one? No. It is this one? No, it's this one. It's just got all kinds of shit going. Sorry about that. Oh, wait. There you go. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better for you folks, huh? Oh, gotta slow down, yet I'm caffeinated. That's a great combination of things. Ugh, I gotta be careful with that plug. Use the hot water to bend it back in place. I should do that. Well, I can do it after I'm done, too. That one's not so bad. Find me quite a few of them ended up with that bubble right on the crotch too. Yeah. In fact, I think all of them ended up with that. It's alright, that one could be filled in with paint if I remember correctly. Not perfectly. But, yeah. Shouldn't have done that because now I don't know which one I was working on already. Goofball. I think it was this one. Yeah, this is one. The rest of these still have that, yeah. Oh. Yeah, I gotta get that too. It's tough. Just want to do at least a little bit. The folks who are getting these probably won't notice, but one of my pillars is taking at least some sort of pride in your craft. If you don't do that, why the well, money, but I was gonna say, why the fuck do you do it? For me, even if you're not that great at it, you can still show that you take pride in it. This track always gets copyright hit, but it's not like I make money off this channel anyway. That's why I kept the Shroom Wars soundtrack too. I was really hoping the Les Claypool stuff wouldn't get hit. That was not, that was less likely than I thought it would be. I was very hopeful though. So, it's a video game soundtrack. Usually those are alright. Just like this. Usually, you know, basically all the other tracks for Wild Arms are fine. This one, no. Oh, did I do? I think I did. It's okay. I'll go back through all these. This is so long overdue, though. So I'm glad I'm doing it. It's just, it's crazy long overdue. Get these prepped, because it won't take that much, like,
once they're prepped, I'm going to prime them, and then I could get most of the work done to finish them in 2 streams, 3 streams. Which would be 1 or 2 weeks of my schedule, but we'll see. Yeah, you can see that right there. That kind of shit, that's what you're cleaning. Yeah, there's shit on the gun, on the wrist there, yeah. I mean, I'm sure the individual did a kind of base cleaning before to take off all the struts and all that from the 3D printer, but I would like to do this again with a more comic accurate model and with a slightly more experienced modeler for one, but also well, he wasn't inexperienced. He worked for Viacom for a long time, so he did a lot of like 3D models for PS2 games, like Nickelodeon PS2 games and shit like that. But I don't know. This was done on the cheap. He just wanted to help out was part of it too. So, and he did. And these things have actually been massively helpful in the funding range, because what they cost and for what people are willing to, some amazing people are willing to buy them for our campaigns. I mean, it's made a massive difference in our ability to actually get these books out. I'm very grateful. That's kind of why I don't want to rush on these either. Make sure they come out as best as I can do them. It'll be fun painting these again, because the last time I didn't have any experience with enamel paints. And man, a good enamel metal chrome on these guys. Oh, good. Compared to, as you saw on the other model, that was just like flat metal metallic paint, and it's fine. It does its job, right? Guy's a little dusty. He's been sitting here for a while. But, you know, I still think this guy turned out pretty good. Meant to do this, I think, second to last stream, or the last stream I was here. Didn't do it. Just did not feel up to it. Honestly, I didn't feel up to it now. Sometimes you just gotta force yourself to do shit. I'm terrible at that. Like, there's little spots there. Like, you'd want to fill those in, and I just don't have the material to do that. So we're probably just gonna take care of the cleaning today, and then I'll have to figure out how I want to deal with that. So there's a couple places like that. I guess I could order what they call green stuff from Amazon and finish it that way. But even just getting these cleaned up will make a big difference. And some of these places you could fill it in with paint. But that would be the risky way. Oh, the other thing is I can seal these now. I didn't have any experience with using acrylic sealer. That'll make it look better. In fact, I'd like to apply it to the other figure there just to see. I don't think I have any left right now either. A few supplies I need to get. We'll probably do the hot water treatment too today. Fix the barrels a little bit. I don't know if I'll actually put on the busted off, the two that have the busted off barrel yet. But maybe. Yeah, those lower denser, bitch. Wish they weren't there. Damn, those lines on the hat. Yeah. But fixable. That's what you do. Again, I'm still really grateful for this. I think overall, there's maybe 15 of these figures. Not a whole bunch. At most 15. Let's see, there's 5 I have here. I must have shipped out about 5. Maybe there's only 10. Yeah. Which, who knows? They'd be worth something if I'm ever able to kick more ass. But hopefully the sentimental value is worth something, especially for how much I ask for doing this work. It's too much. It always is. Let's see, there's a chunk taken out of the bottom of the pistol there. It bugs me. But you know, I've done many things in indie comics that I had no right being able to. This is one of those things. So if it has some pot marks, it's not surprising. In fact, I might need clippers for the bottom of the feet when I go to do that. It's like that. Fucking A. Okay, after I'm done with this, I'll take a second look at all of them, make sure I got everything. We'll go from there. I'm going to take a break in between finishing this and second look so I can fix some things. Turn on the air conditioner, it's getting hot in here. That kind of stuff. Maybe re-advertise that I'm working on the Jack figures. That would be cool. Probably have to clip this. This was definitely not the main point of the stream like it should have been. Just for ease of me sharing it with folks. You know, part of the experience of these, it's like I can't work on these off at least recording. I don't want that to be part of the experience. Whether or not they actually engage with it is of course the buyer's choice. But gotta show your gratitude. I'm not. Particularly this campaign, I haven't been the best at doing so. Yeah, get to the hat. Let's get this. Like some of the details on this isn't like deep enough, so you gotta use really light paint. These are not the quality I wish we could provide. I learned a lot though, so if I ever get another chance, it won't be hard to fix those errors. Know what's wrong, what's not. it's a great soundtrack to the Far Cry 5 soundtrack. Yeah, you guys can see what I'm doing. I wish it was a little bit more. See my guitar pedals. That's fine. Bass guitar pedals. Bass pedals, I guess. Oh, it's toasted in here. I really do need to get that going. Take the second look. Then I gotta brush or draw too anyway. No, I might not have to use a clipper to get that. That's good. There's a hole in all these guys' lips. Yep. The reason for that hole was there was supposed to be a cigar. That didn't happen. Allegedly it happened, but it didn't happen on the figures that actually got made. As far as I'm aware. Figures that we received that I have access to. Right. That's such a good soundtrack. Oh. Okay. Please stand by. Okay. Well, that is what it is. I don't know if there was some noise going on this whole time or not. I was working on them. That's frustrating, but it is what it is. In fact, ooh, I bet it was. Shit, couldn't think of it. I think it was. I know what it is. Oh, okay. Oh well, is what it is. It's already cooled down too much. That would suck. We'll see. It may have. I can do it in front of a heater too, so is what it is. I might need to reheat it though. I took too long. Should have gotten this after I did the promotional stuff instead of before. I'm very professional. I know exactly what I'm doing all the time. Yeah, no, it's not hot enough. Okay. Be back. Honestly, I probably need to microwave the water instead of just going off of the hot water from the tap, but we'll see. I'm not as focused as I should be today to do this, but we're rarely in an ideal circumstance for what we want to do, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go microwave this instead. It's getting close, like it is warm enough to actually move it. But yeah, I'm gonna go microwave this water. I'll be back. About 30 seconds will do. Very hot. Should work. Ugh. Warmer colored lighting would be nice. There we go. Ugh. Okay. Hi, Alita. Be nice. Oh, mess with my camera stuff. Yeah, pretty good. You stepped right over. Good job, bro. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. That one's fine. Was there anything else I needed to bend on this one? let's get a little bit better. Cool, I should be able to fix all these barrels then. Cool. Gotta kind of work quick because this is not gonna last forever. Yeah, I don't know if I'll assemble these today or not. I might just do the cleanup, and then maybe we'll switch to something else. Gaming or something. Yeah, look at that. Alright. Oh, this one dry. Yeah, this'll work fine. Might have to heat this again before I am able to finish all of them, but we'll see. Yeah. It's still pretty fucking hot. Yeah, I'm just not leaving it in there long enough. It's a thicker piece than the barrel that as well, so. Maybe if I'm going to replace that with something or place the barrels on that, it should be straight. Ah, it bugs me. Be honest, a lot of this project was pretty I don't even know how to phrase it. It's been hard. It's been hard. No rush to do it again. I'm gonna do it again, I'm sure, but I'm in no rush. Yeah, look at how bad that one is. That's a little better now. Mic working? Can't tell. Yeah. All right. Take a look at these, make sure I cleaned them up good here after I get all this going. Gotta hit them all with the brush anyway. That'll knock some of the real loose stuff. I think I only really have to do 3 of these, but I'll do 4 anyway.
There's nothing inside. Will it unleash me, burning down the walls? Is there a way for me to break? I'm a sharpshooter
Cool.
at Paul's masquerade.
That's not perfect.
Hiding both face and mind, all free for you to throw. I'm a shapeshifter, have no face to show. Please
Cool.
don't take off my mask,
Last one.
my disguise.
It's still pretty warm. This might take a little bit longer than I'm giving it. Probably too impatient as usual with everything. Oh, dog's barking at nothing again. Okay, I do have to go see what she's barking at, but I do want to finish this first if I can. Oh, that puzzle's actually pretty straight. Cool. Alright, be right back. Okie doke. Was nothing. That's okay. Uh, uh, okay. Let's see how they withstood actually drying. Not playing any music, huh? Oh, there it is. It's just very peaceful, quiet stuff. Got it. Okay, so that one dried fine. That could be a little better. Is it still warm? Yeah, it should be a little bit. I have to do the, yeah, their capes in this case separately anyway. Be nice to assemble them on stands, but they don't, we don't need to do that today. It's a bit better. Start. Excellent. Not bad, not bad. Cool. Done with the hot water for. Oh. Let's do this. Most of the stuff that the brush would take off was done by the modeler and printer, 3D printer, but nonetheless, there's some work that this will actually get that's still left on here. Particularly with the pistols. Oh, what is this track? Super ominous. Ominous? Ominous? I don't know why that doesn't sound right to me, but... Foreboding. Okay. Alright. Now let's do a good looky view to see if I can get any of it significantly better. Ominous. Yeah, that's the word, right? No, word doesn't sound right to me. Maybe it sounds like I'm not pronouncing it right. Ominous. Ominous? Ominous. Filled with omen. It's ominous. Again, foreboding works, but just that's gonna bug me. Ominous. Just doesn't sound right to me. I don't know if I'm saying it wrong. It just doesn't sound right. My brain's not saying it's right. It's saying, well, I think that's the word. Ominous. Yeah, I think that's it. It just doesn't sound right. Ominous. This is from Far Cry Blood Dragon. Skip track. That's better. Less ominous. Ominous? It doesn't sound right to me. It's weird, because I'm pretty sure it is right. Left brain, right brain aren't agreeing on it, though, I think is what's happening. So I'm not surprised. Those two parts of my brain ain't ever really agreed. Worked hard to get them to appreciate each other, at least. I'll brush him again, I think. You know, the main thing I think I've dropped the ball on that I used to be much better at is maximizing what strengths and abilities I actually currently have and synergizing them together, right? Put them together so that each of those expressions of my current ability seem better than they are. I don't think I do that very well anymore. Oh! Bottle down! Where it went? Fell into the back room. Oh, that's disappointing. Seriously, where did it go? Legitimate position. Swallow the background. No way it could bounce with the floor. Doesn't make any sense. Holy shit. I know I can be kind of blind, but it's a bright, great piece of plastic. But is it swallowed up? Okay, I gotta step back. that much force to bounce. Oh, what a shit show. Alright. It's crazy. Where did it disappear to? Like nowhere it could have went. But you guys might even be looking at it right now like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's right there. Seriously, they're just bouncing in the background. What the fuck? It's no sense. Popped out of the back rooms. Actually, where it was, I should have seen it, so I don't know. Found it. Wait, no, okay. It's alright. I'm a mess. Gotta love me for that, though. Okay. Still, a bit of heat, baby. Talk about a shit show. Alright. I think that'll do for now. I think it's frying my brain a little too much. But I will come back to this pretty soon. Not today, but soon enough. I gotta, prime them, assemble them. Well, assemble them, then prime them. Figure out what I want to do for the barrels. I'm actually thinking I'm going to use some guitar string for it. Luckily, I only have to do it on 2 of them, so it's very possible that would work. Glue like a G, bass string, to be fair, a G to like a D or something like that. So it's something like that for the barrel, right? That's not bad. Like that. Just make sure it's flat. All that. That might work. Okay, cool. Oh, that does tell the please stand by going. Cool. I'm gonna fix my whole setup here, and then I'll be back with you folks on camera. Just give me a minute. I gotta find other USB extension I have somewhere around here before I do this again. It'll help significantly with the camera. Yeah. Oh, got something done with those guys though. That's alright. The camera's gonna be a shit show here for a minute. That's not really new. Get the mouse back over here somehow. That'd be helpful. Yeah. Check. Okay. Hey, that's
That's actually not too bad of a shot. Need to level it a bit, but you know, cool. Looks like my hair dried during the stream too. Look at that. Crazy. That's actually how I usually want it. Okay. Did the things. Is that open? It is. So I think that's what we'll do. Just to see if that works for me to come off the zone. Oh, glad I got that done. Quote unquote though. Got a lot more work, but you got to start somewhere, right? And journey at 1,000 steps, all that. Caffeine would not help today. In fact, I think it makes things worse. Oh, Yahoo's down. Interesting. I just use Yahoo Mail. I guess I gotta check. Yep. Check a couple things. Still here, and then we'll move on. Oh no, actually, yeah. That's what I want. Oh. Phones are gonna just do this. I'm gonna get things set up. I'll be back with you folks. Please stand by.
is this? Our sentience? You tell me. Now, you on these fine. You must bring me this. Bring.
Didn't know I've been muted this whole time. It's pretty funny. It's a pretty shit show of a stream, but that's actually not that surprising. Ooh. Oh, that's gonna be helpful. Yeah, cute and scary. Not so bad. Not so good, but not so bad. Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna call the stream. Appreciate you folks very much. Anybody who checks this out later, checked it out now. Checks it out years from now. Really do appreciate it. Folks rock. Oh, that would be why as well. We'll set that there. But, let's see. Exit for now. Okay. Cool. We got some work done. A little bit of play done. You know, did something today. I'm happy with that. Didn't expect too much, honestly, anyway. 20 frames per second. I don't know why. Okay, that's about 60. I think it's just close. Okay. So yeah. Adios amigos. Bye con Dios. Catch you next time. Next time, I'm hoping maybe we'll be assembling the Jack figures instead of just the cleanup. But, see. Alright, later on.